Hi, welcome back. My name is Chike Okoli, and in this part of the CSS tutorial, we're going to be covering the CSS selectors. And so, in the previous lecture, where we did the syntax, I was showing you what a selector is, and I said the syntax is made up of a selector, one or more declarations, and I said the declaration are those styles you want to add, and the values are simply the values. How you want the styles to be. And I said the selector is actually how you select an element. And so it's simply a pattern. Let me give you a good looking definition, but don't worry your head with that. A CSS selector is a pattern to match the elements of a web page. Alright, and so there are different kind of selectors that we're going to be covering. Let's quickly go back to our CSS that we had open from the previous lecture. And so I have this here, my style. We have a getting started 1 and 2. All right. And so the first there are different kind of selectors. The first kind of selector I want to show you is called the universal selector. I'm going to go ahead and clear everything here. It's called the universal selector. And so to get the universal selector, you use the asterisk. So this, the universal selector means that you use this selector to select every single element on the HTML. And so if you use this selector and select color, let's say you put it green, it means that every element on the page, whether it is paragraph, whether it is normal text, let's see the output on the desktop. Where is the CSS folder? Okay, here is it. So you're saying that every element on a page should be styled green, and that's how you use the universal selector. So usually before you may want to define a general style and say, every color on this page, every font color on this page should carry black or gray, or everything in this page to carry font color, or font type. You might want to choose a general font type for, So another type of selector I want to show you is called the element type selector. The element type selector matches an instance of an element. Don't worry about that in English. So I told you that everything in the HTML page is an element. Paragraph, header, line break, horizontal rule. And so to select anyone, you use their denotation, what's used to denote them. And so now I want to select H1, and so I'm going to go ahead and say H1, okay, and I'm going to say color. I'll say blue or red, So let's see what the output will be like. So you see, it overrode the general one because I specified the personal selector. Now there is something important that I would like to show you. Let me close this. It's a project I'm working on. Don't worry, by the time you get to PHP, you learn how to do all that. And so another thing I want to show you is called the ID selector. Now, usually there are times, I have this H1 again, say service here. So what you will notice that because I have picked a selector for H1, all of them will carry the same color. All of them will carry the same color. Let's show you. Now, but I want to actually style uniquely, style a section in it. So you use what they call ID and class selector. So I'm going to give this an ID. When I was teaching attributes, I mentioned these attributes. So I'm going to give this an ID. I'll call it service. Okay. I'll create another one. Then I'll give this a class. So ID and class are used to actually give unique name, unique identity, or unique class to an element, aside the general name. And so to select the ID, you use what they call, you use the hash. So when you use the hash, you put the name. So let's go ahead and check the name. This name here is service. Okay, now you're saying that change the color for this particular ID. All right, so I'm going to call this blue. Sorry, no, I have to, you see, I didn't put a declaration. So the declaration, we're going to still use color. As we progress, you're going to be seeing how to do a lot of things. So we'll get into fonts in details. You will explore a lot of things on that font. So I'm going to call this blue. Okay, now to do the class selector, so let's go ahead and, to do the class selector, you use a simple dot. So what is the name of the, so this one, let me name this one about, or so that I can differentiate. So the class, I'll call it about. So dot about. So this is how you do a class and ID selector. So I'll go ahead and do color and I'll say gray. So let's go ahead and preview. So you see this one. So we have many H1, many H1s, many H1. This is we have many H1. This is for service. This is, so we use the ID and the class selector to separate their class. And so this is very important. Now you can name anything. You can name your class anything you want to name it. Okay, it is your choice. The importance of ID and class selector is to use name that you want to always remember whenever you're actually using the code. Okay. Another thing I want to show you is the descendant selector. Okay, the descendant selector. Let me quickly draw an example to illustrate that. Now I'm going to quickly create listing. All right. But before then, I'm going to put a H1. Let's quickly do this example. I'm going to say this is a. I'm going to open the emphasis tag. I'm going to say okay, so I'm going to open a list tag on ordered list. I'm sure you remember this in HTML. That's why it's good you follow. Don't just jump. I've seen a lot of people trying to jump, trying to learn different things. They just want to watch some tutorial and achieve something. Now there is a, you can watch one tutorial and do what the tutorial. You can just get a video tutorial, follow the steps, you will get the output. But the problem with that is that in the long run, you end up not understanding the basics. Just like somebody that copied another person's letter writing. And so at the end of the day, you would find out that when the chips are down, you need to understand how was this thing achieved, so that if you want to achieve anything, you can achieve anything. It's different from, Someone who copies somebody's letter writing is different from somebody who knows the concept of letter writing. He can actually write any kind of letter. Okay. So don't rush. Take your time and learn it once and for all. You know. While we were in school and we always prepared for exam, there are these students that always come to class. And when they come to class, they read one or two things, and we are preparing for tests. They will be telling you what they read. They did this, they did this. Maybe they saw some research on the internet or one textbook, and you are scared. I haven't come across this. You know, they make you feel you haven't read. And actually, what they are reading is actually not relevant to what where the lecturer is actually trying to teach. You know, so don't let noise, I call them noise, don't let them push you around. Okay, so I'm going to use this. I'll explain what I'm doing later. Let me just go ahead and type this. Okay, so let's go ahead and add more style. Don't worry about these styles if you don't know them. So on this menu, I want to add a class. I'll call this menu. So most of the things I'm typing here, you might not understand it. Of course, you should understand the class. I just added a class. I talked about it. So, but most of the styles I'm going to be adding, don't worry, we will cover them in details. All right, but I just need to illustrate the descendant, the child selector, and all of that. Okay. What else though? List style. Okay, I'll call this. I'll say no. I don't want to have a style. Okay. Let me quickly refresh this. Okay, now this is beautiful. This is what I want to show us. And so you can use the what we call the descendant selector to select an element that's a descendant of an element. For example, if you want to target only those anchor that are contained within the unordered list, rather than targeting all the anchored elements. Okay, and so okay, so the long short of the long story, you know, this is a lecture I prepared, but I don't want to bore you with all the details. The point I'm trying to make is, now look at this element here. You want to select let me put something here so that you would understand very well what I'm saying. I'll put this. Let's see. Now look at what I'm trying to explain. There is something called a descendant. Descendant is actually the direct an element that has a direct relationship, like my child is my descendant, my direct child. So if you look at this code, you find out that this EM is a descendant of this paragraph, while this H1 is a descendant of this E1, EM here is a descendant of H1. And so to select this particular EM and not every EM on the page, you use what they call the descendant selector. Now what the descendant selector does is, you are saying that look for the descendants, carry this H1 and look for the descendant. And so to do that, you use space. Okay, you use space. So I'm saying that find H1, inside H1 find EM and color it green. And that's what we have here. You notice that this is also an EM, but it was not picked. All right, and so that's what the descendant selector is. And so we're still on the CSS selectors, and in the next tutorial I'm going to also show you the child selector, the adjacent selector, and the general sibling selector, and I'm going to show you how to group selectors. See you.